and then boop. But I know y'all can hear me, right? I see the meter bouncing, right? So don't y'all play no games on my name. We out here, and every song I'm about to play is available on my SoundCloud. Okay, sorry. I know on TikTok it looks like I'm doing nothing, but for the people on YouTube, welcome, hello, hi. This is the sixth episode of the Texas Toku team. I know we've had rough production hiccups, but it's your boy Trey, and congratulations, you got my audio, and now you got my unhinged face. How are we doing? Yo, Subarashi nanda yo. Yeah, we're see. Look, it's wonderful. Everything's wonderful. Y'all wonderful. Look, so I'm here to keep it a $1.50 with y'all and talk about the reason why most of the Tokusatsu community and most communities just right now exist. And I'm gonna let you know it's not popping more bucks. It is not the Toei Corporation or the Toei Corporation that went above and beyond to dismantle unionization efforts for the anime space in the 1970s and 80s. It took people like Satoshi Kon, one of my personal favorite mangaka and artists. You may know him from horror such as Paranoia Agent, you know what I'm saying? And very surreal titles such as Paprika. He was one of the few people that had organized to unionize against Toei, right? Toei, to de facto fulfill the nation's need of Japan to unionize, created a de facto union that everyone got sucked up into, right? In that also ruined unionization efforts for suit actors, stunt actors, and a great deal of Tokusatsu as well, right? But through community efforts, nationally, internationally, etc., Tokusatsu has survived, right? It's Tokusatsu was founded to mark a year regardless of... Alright, so let's highlight the following. Haim Saban's been thirsting for bringing Tokusatsu here over since 1982, Battle for J, right? Every other year, Haim Saban had some sort of marketing team they attempted to come through and make that happen, right? But from the Night Flight season of Dynaman that we got to Haim Saban going through and demoing Bioman and every other season of Super Sentai to a test market, test audience, people had already been doing what? Collecting the tapes, right? Sharing and distributing the tapes, right? Yellow subs timing, right? Going to conventions and handing off the tapes, like mixtapes, right? You know what I mean? So in the way that like you would go and get an LP or an EP off a radio, and then people would be getting dubs and literally timing and subbing and putting out there as much of this content as they humanly possibly could. I started in the 80s, carried over the 90s, and became such a dope tradition that literally when Saban came back with the licensed fourth Power Rangers, right? They were using TV Nihon's subbed and timed versions of Gokaiger on the floor for licensing Power Rangers. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't let your dreams be dreams. Don't let your dreams be memes. Don't let your dreams become schemes, right? Your dreams should become reality, because the reality is, if it ain't here, it's because they didn't want it here. And it's going to be by your great effort that you bring it here, right? They'll try and make it criminal, or try and make it whatever, but eventually somebody's going to get the validation they wanted from it, the market validation, the whatever they were hoping they were going to get from it. Do you see what I'm saying? So what I feel is very important in all of this is to remember that, like, Tsuburaya and Toei, we're not going to start doing the Toei Tokusatsu Hero World and the Tokusatsu and all that until we kept pummeling them, inundating them with enough market demand here in the West to open them up, right? So it's unfortunate in some levels and degrees of having to be vociferously, like, uncouth to assert your community, to assert your place in a community. But we're going to talk about how community and community space and community-minded space have made Tokusatsu even a thing. So, hello y'all. We're going to start that up. First thing first, let me go ahead and bring up the news today. What do we got for news? All right. All right, I think what I'm going to try and do first is, I know Umamusume has been, like, taking the world by storm. I didn't realize it until I was watching my kids on a YouTube live stream of this. And then I saw it on the last Tuesday, I saw an entire promo for this. You know what I mean? And I feel like me on this now, just waking up. Of course, again, I said it's kind of weird. Anytime I think of, hey, let's do that thing that we did to immortalize, ride it like an objective thing, I'm going to feel like that's what you're saying about, I don't know, women. But at the same time, there's a lot of, like, the women are informed, they out here busting, pop chopping blades down the track. I don't know, it look kind of cool. So it's Chocobo Racing and Rad Ladies. As part of the promo, they made this Tokusatsu inspired series, right? Saying unhealthy food has changed the world, and I believe they try to tell you to nutrition up in accordance to the game. So let's go ahead and play that one. I mean, she's telling her to hit that smoothie, and she out here like, look at that corn dog. She's like, hear me out. Porque no los dos. That's gonna be cold, nice chill, and then that's gonna be the give me both. You know what I mean? What y'all feeling? Oh, homegirl. No, that's all whole carrot, isn't it? And now it's like lard? Lard? Bro, you know what's crazy? They be doing these like hollow foods are killing you type thing, but then they don't hit you with your kryptonite, bro. That ain't $100 grand. That isn't like an iced coffee. You know what I mean? Full of sugar. Yo. Look! Bruh, if this came out for real, we're not gonna watch all 19 minutes. It's so crazy. But if this came out for real with that intro, bro, oh my gosh. Hey, y'all. We'll drop that here in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Again, I'll pop that out to y'all. No, we're gonna see, and all the homies here in the YouTube chat will be here for you too. Look, we in it. So, our next order of business. Okay, no. I'm gonna keep bringing this up. Gotta keep watching more and more trailers. Keep seeing more info. So this is a trailer we brought up last week. You didn't get to hear me talk about it because my mic was muted. So we're gonna talk about it now. We're gonna talk about Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider, and some of it was given like cheap animation, like they're gonna do a lot of like still cutouts or like characters not reacting. A bunch of dialogue for like 2 minutes or whatever. Like, do you see what I'm saying? But like this right here, this gave me some hope of something a little bit spicier, a little bit different.
もうそれ見るの何回目？
だってかっこいいんだもん。
彼は俺の唯一無二のヒーローだった。俺は今年40歳になった。ショッカー現る。
Alright, so look, y'all feel it? Y'all get the vision? Y'all got the vision? Yeah, bro. Look, I'm ecstatic. I'm thinking that I gave like some weird milquetoast kind of responses to it. I didn't think the marketing was there for it yet. But Lord have mercy. I actually want to see this Bandai. This is me for my personal. This is May 16th. And don't y'all read the Ultraman manga? Y'all watched Netflix's the CG Ultraman? Not the one that did the. Okay, there was a Netflix one where they made an adaptation of the Ultraman manga that made Ultraman more like Iron Man, and this right here was the heat. This was the heat for it, right? And so we out here got hella like articulation. This is just really sick, bro. This is ooh. Look at that. So I don't know, man. I'm really hit that spot Toku collectibles, y'all. I'm ready to go. I don't know, man. That looks sick. What y'all feeling about it? So aside from Tatsuburo, Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider and any other of the other things we put up. Shouts out everyone. Let's go ahead and give credo to a lot of people that aren't Toku related. I'm just going to give that really weighing on my heart. And then we will conclude with the person that we didn't get a chance to do earlier. So So Malcolm Jamal Warner, you know what I'm saying? I know Malcolm Jamal Warner has actually had mild periphery in Tokusatsu, right? Let's see. There have been passing adaptations for him that was supposed to be in like other adaptations closer to superheroes. We got his great man, Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, and he was part of the other booking companies that managed that. But outside of all the many things that Theo Huxley had gotten into, right? Black Excellence, I'm gonna shout him out. But then we're gonna move closer, very close. Near and dear, because look, I mean, we're talking about Go Ranger, we're talking about anniversaries. Shouts out to the man who urinated on a piece of colonial America, Screw the Alamo, Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train, War Pigs, hero, and friend of many of us, you know, a complicated person, but, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and blight a public monument in his honor or some kind of, you know what I'm saying? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I would never. That was just a joke. You know what I'm saying? We're jokes here. We're all kids. Funs. It's all funs. So I actually brought that up to bring up, I missed the passing of one of my favorite Kyoryuger Rangers. Sorry about that. Kyoryu Cyan, you know what I'm saying? And homie passed away in January, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of got a brother shook that it happened, and I ain't really get there, you know what I'm saying? There was nothing really about it, right? Because, again, what I'm talking about today is part of the reason, right? We used to be, like, again, Tokusatsu Network, when we were all frothing, dropping in the mouth, there was a lot more people, right? Like Kaiju Cast, like what has Kaiju Cast been up to, right? Those are the homies, and please say that. Yeah, see, they went through their final one in 2021, right? And those are people that put my film festival and the operations we're doing with Anime at the Alamo out there, right? So as I look here at as I really look at, you know what I'm saying, these two things. Kyoryu Cyan, Robert Baldwin passed away, and we have a lot of American Tokusatsu fans that eventually grew up into being Tokusatsu legacy and actors, right? We have homie from Kamen Rider Black Sun, right? I believe Michael Anthony is his name. We're gonna get that cast, bro. Before I misspeak and miscite people. Or matter of fact, no, it's Gates too. So Black Sun has Oliver Johnson as an American actor, but Gates had where are we at? They're gonna put them in picture, or are they gonna be? There we go. Michael Kinder. Michael Kinder is a Tokusatsu fan who was part of worked with the people like Henshin Justice Unlimited with Keith Hayward. I've written some articles for Keith Hayward over at Henshin Justice. We did an interview with Ken Gasugi, for example. By the way, Ezra, thank you so much for the likes. Bro, oh my gosh, why am I so bad at this? Hello. Okay. Elden Ring, Night Rain. Oh God, that sounds sick. But yeah, Michael Kinder was very much so one of the few. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? He was a fan like us here, and then they flew him out. He worked with on the production Gun Caliber. I worked with Garage Hero and a few other Tokusatsu outlets out there, and then was literally out here doing Kamen Rider Geats, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, is the Kamen Rider community, the Tokusatsu community, right, ends up transitioning into being parts of this. This is Grand Sazer, you know what I'm saying? So this dude's been in the Tokusatsu fandom and been a part of the wave for a minute, right? And unfortunately, we lost him, just like we lost. I will always put gloss on his name, Gekidan, you know what I'm saying, which was the founder of JE Fusion and one of the homies that believed in us in our film festival, right? So shout out to the community always, and I bring that up to bring up the legacy, right? Japanese Tokusatsu Go Ranger celebrates 50 years, right? And their cast celebrated 50 years. Like some of this is so beautiful, so like sounds like kids who were like really like, no, I had a great time. It was a great time. So I'm actually just recommending this as like courtesy side read, like y'all go home or y'all chill out tonight, like take time to really see people who are still just like in love with like bringing people joy, and whether it's grown-ups in spandex and heroism or it's whatever acting role they're doing, like some actors really do enjoy the Power Rangers, the kaiju, the robots, the whatever it took to bring that happiness to your soul, that joy, you know what I'm saying? So I know I've been out here abstracting a lot, talking a lot. We got to get into today's actual meat and potatoes, you know what I'm saying? So let us begin. So if y'all aren't familiar with Tokusatsu been around here since 1954, when Japan had to brace from their neighbors while they were wilding out, effectively, the threat of nuclear annihilation, right? And they brought that upon not just us, but mankind as a question, right? Like, what are we supposed to do? What is that force that we've just invoked and released upon mankind in 1954's Godzilla, right? And you're going to bring bigger, higher than, larger than life concepts out of nowhere without, like, shrewd, good planning, implementation, and effect. So, every cast member we be talking about, from Akira Fumbei's wonderful soundtrack to Tsuburaya, you know what I'm saying? The founder, Eiji Tsuburaya, the founder of the effects that we used to show who Godzilla was, what Godzilla is, you know what I'm saying? So that came from the first parties, the people who produced and producers, right? So we have this affinity and this idea to think that the producers, you know, really want to mess with us. But who are we? Who are we? We're the West. We're the people who invoke the fear of nuclear Armageddon on them in the first place, right? So sometimes some media may not make it to other audiences and people because it may not be a message that was initially targeted for us, right? It wasn't about a condition or experience we had, but there's a universality that eventually started trickling into the Tokusatsu experience, right? Ultraman, Spectreman, the monster of the day, hero of the day, right? Gave us the power of human ingenuity, the power of human compassion and passion, and the ethics of artwork. Make it happen. But what happens when, like, that don't make it here, right? What if they don't want to show us Ultraman? What if they don't want to show us the Kamen Rider? You know what I'm saying? Kamen Rider is what? A teenager who was abducted by a splinter group of Nazis, right? Called Shocker. And they literally forced him by experiment to finish executing out as a cyborg their weird concept of human enhancement and whatever. So unfortunately he's a Kamen Rider, aka a masked rider with DNA of fucking grasshopper in him, bro. Like, we didn't get any of those stories here. That wasn't for us, right? But by great pains, like whether it would be them pitching in the West, the conglomeration of things that we had in the West, Stan Lee showing up in 1970s, late 1970s, Japanese Spider-Man, etc. But over time, that marketing chasm became a lot bigger, right? Where you have MGM and other people trying to push certain films here and then trying to hide other parts. Because, MGM had bought most of the Universal, had bought most of the monster things. MGM trying to compete on the other side of that. So you were dealing with already big forces in Western media who were already then also ingrained in saying, what is this hokey shit? And trying to convince us that wasn't something we had any particular sway or anything in anyway. So we out here talking about the origins of fandom, right? Tokusatsu fandom, right? I can only talk about where I got in actually and where I've been constantly looking back in reverence, you know what I'm saying? So let me just tell you where I got it, right? As I said earlier at the beginning of this podcast, I had met one of my wonderful friends. His name was Jay. He worked at Game Over Video Games, right? My ex-wife at the time was pregnant with our first, and I could go pull up selling like all my game consoles. I was trading in to get my ex-wife at the time Super Nintendo set up, Super Mario World game she wanted. And so homie saw me, or I can't remember what fact I stated about Power Rangers that had him impressed, right? But Mans then pulled up and said, hey man, you ever heard Super Sentai? And I was like, bro, you mean Power Rangers? He's like, nah. And he showed me the 99 Hero War where it showed all the comment. I look. Y'all don't see what I saw, bro. But what I saw was hold on, y'all. No, we gonna get this right. Here, Kamen Rider Hero War. That's what we're gonna pull up on the. You know what? There we go. Let me pull up on this, right? And then he showed me the trailer to Superhero Taisen, which was this, right? And I was like, like it goes like deep, huh? Like really deep. And he's like, yeah, dude, like it's been going on. Like I think at the time Super Sentai was about to hit Gokaiger, like Goseiger was just ending, and Gokaiger was year 35. So I pull up at year 35 of Super Sentai, right? Again, this is a really crazy grand display to have, you know what I'm saying, for, like, you see this? Like, I didn't even know most of this crap, but I definitely knew, like, oh, that's SPD, and, I mean, I can't tell what these people are, but these people here. You know what I mean? I can see a little bit A's and B's and C's of the people or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And this is from Superhero Taisen Z too, if I'm not mistaken. I think this was the second one because that's Go Busters in it. But do you know what I'm saying? And so from there, like, I watched so much Tokusatsu. I was watching up to 2 or 3 series simultaneously. I was like, I just couldn't stop. Like I was watching with my ex-wife. When my daughter was born, I was watching with my daughter, you know what I'm saying? I was watching with a homie. We started our podcast just in the capital based on his idea. And I was just like, I'm not a dude who sit around and just wait on things. I just go do it. So I came up with a mic and with my laptop and said, let's record. And we went on to it and we did it. So, how did I get here though, right? How did I get here? Well, I got here because there are a lot of, and I mean a lot of fansubbers, right? There's a whole fansub community, right? I'm trying to remember how to use course, it's gonna be some dumb shit, but there we go. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna show y'all this list, and then we're gonna go back into our little presentation here. I found this cool fan sub style guide because what I ended up finding out is, as you can see here in this is part of the essentials of what the fuck is Kamen Rider on the Kamen Rider wiki. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? Like, do you see how important and informative this is? Fan subs, of course, are productions that were re-edited with context of the culture, whatever city, state, nation. Because again, we have like France is one of the other big tokusatsu nation or countries outside of America and Brazil, right? That have like their own internal fandom and like canon to how they appreciate tokusatsu. You know what I'm saying? So. Do you see what I'm saying? Keep in mind that it's against fandom, so everyone has to do the support the official release. We're not here with whatever, because we have some official, right, production, JM Productions, Media Blasters, right? When Media Blasters released Kamen Rider the first, but not the next, because that was released, if I'm not, both were released completely by Miramax, right? I think Miramax worked on this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, hold on, we're gonna pull this up. If I'm not mistaken, search. Kamen Rider the next, distributed by Toei. Teleboy, PG-12. What the fuck's PG-12 mean? One of these got a Miramax official distribution. You see what I'm saying? And a boy cannot remember which one. I think it was the first, actually. And that may be why Media Blasters did. Yeah, I'm beginning to feel that's what happened. Miramax did a release on one of these hosts. I swear to God, bro. Let's pull this up. See, look, it's been a minute because I can't remember, because I remember seeing this on one of their the HBO sub like distros with like one of their like, hey, it's released on whatever. But Evan, we have official ones. Toku shouts you. I always shout them out at the end. Of course, Amazon's with Amazon Prime's Kamen Rider Amazon's the 2 seasons plus Black Sun. Right? They're not even listed here in North America, so you gotta do that VPN trick. Say you're elsewhere to even watch it. And of course, we have Toei's Hero World, where they'll give you first 2 episodes of every show they pretty much release, except Metalder and like 1 or 2 other weird shows for some reason. And these are the only movies and specials they got like fully subbed. But for everyone else, my first was TV Nihon, right? From TV Nihon, then I was watching Overtime, you know what I'm saying? Excite came out about the time that Kamen Rider X-Aid came out, you know what I'm saying? There you go, we're here, Kamen Rider X-Aid, and that's like where that came and ended. Acer Fraction, literally over how they didn't like how Overtime subs was subtitling Kamen Rider Guide, right? There's like circa 2015-ish, you know what I'm saying? It was a wild time, right? And again, it has to do with like translation standards. Like some people will be translating more literally. Some people will translate with a lot more English affect in mind. Some people, you know what I mean, are really like, look, they said the stats final words. It's really wild. It was wild how it was like we're getting this stuff week to week. It was coming out like we were coming out and we were to date with it, right? Midnight Crew, Mega Beast Empire. Some of these are actually older. Genmu showed up during Kamen Rider X-Aid, but they went around up to Geats, you know what I'm saying? They didn't finish Geats, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they subsequently fell off on the Geats releases when Geats got its official release from Toku, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like Jam Person got licensed from Discotech, so Discotech Media, historically known for licensing like a lot of out of print and older anime. You know what I mean? Held it down. You know what I'm saying? Came through with some stuff, but you see what I'm saying? Look, this community literally would have been they don't want to stop doing and providing for us these subs, right? We wouldn't have Jam Person, the full series and movie, right, if it weren't for them. Again, Beat Fighter, the complete series, right, movie, right? But then Toei only seems to do, or some of these other people only seem to respond just enough to stop people from doing this sort of act, right? So it's kind of like a give and take. Like if we didn't force them, right, and force their hand and push Toei into these avenues, then like we wouldn't have as much. Kamen Rider Zets would not be showing up here on YouTube internationally in September. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm always about support it wherever it is, right? Whether it be officially or unofficially, right? What are they gonna do? Not sponsor me? They blocked my last episode for us talking about Gunhead and literally just giving commentary over a few segments, right? I didn't show the whole thing, and I made sure to show me, my beautiful face, talking some mess about it. And fools didn't want to, DMCA didn't protect us, right? So I think it's very prescient and important to address why we even have Tokusatsu here in the Western market in the first place. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and let me see here. So yeah, I mean, conventions and VHS swaps, right, was where we started, and then the forums, hitting it up on 4chan, hitting the NeoGAFs, you know what I'm saying, the forums. They're just community after community, people after people, person after person, who spend remarkable, incredible amounts of time timing, translating, and editing manga and live action, right, for us in the Tokusatsu community. It's like, can we have Kamen Rider Origins as a manga, Ultraman, again, all the way up to the Ultraman manga that recently came out from Viz Media. It didn't have a Western release until some people started scanlating it. All of a sudden, we started seeing it get packed as pack-ins here in the West, right? So, like, it feels like the Western market always seems like a response to Western forces rather than just now more than ever, an authentic, like, we need to be ready with the Western market. And now they are, right? Because they clearly know that DMCA fights are expensive and annoying, and it's better that we have that money in hand right now than in any other capacity, right? But we can't forget that, right? We got to remember where and why that came from, right? So I'm gonna put this up here, but we ain't quite out the woods yet. We ain't done. Well, I'm gonna actually highlight and argue is put you on game of the official ways. We're gonna talk about the official ways real quick, right? Because of all the things that we've figured for, we have the Toei Hero World and Tokusatsu, which, I mean, if any of y'all be following them like me, Tokusatsu got 1 minute Jackie Chan movie marathons, and then the other instance they'll be talking about Reboot. I watched all 4 seasons of Reboot in the last few days on Tokusatsu, right? Again, it's this framework of what we can afford, what people are interested in and allowed to have, and who's got the acumen and effort to keep chasing them wherever they pop up, like this whack-a-mole, right? And their inefficiency to do that versus how little they're hired to even keep up with this makes their apparatus attacking the DMCA and all the community so inefficient and sloppy, but then also keeps them doing things like, oh, well, I guess we'll bite, we'll put this out here, we'll do this, right? So I want to highlight, go to Toei Hero World and the YouTube Toei Tokusatsu World Official, right? And you can literally just type that in. Or the Tokusatsu Shop back to YouTube, where you can again watch, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the Style Guide Fandom's list of the official Budo Pie, currently right now in simulcast on Crunchyroll. Black Sun is available on Amazon. Just go ahead and get your Amazon Prime ready, right? This would require a VPN. All of these right now are available on YouTube. You can literally watch the Heisei Generations Forever movie on Tokusatsu page right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna do this.
It's funny how the world's.
What is that? A watch party? What? What are we doing? That's crazy. Let me go ahead and put that here in chat for y'all, bro. That's crazy. They got a whole watch party right now that y'all can just be out here hanging out with other Tokusatsu fans, watching this stuff regular. That's crazy. Yeah, we would probably get fucking demonetized, bro. I was on the official channel and everything and watched, like I say, it makes some reason why they get demonetized. But 0101 Real Time, the movie, Geats, the full series that I are talking shout to, but they also have, I think, the first 2 episodes on the Hero World as well. Yeah. What's crazy is Grown Ups and Spandex and Hinotori is not up here, right? So Hinotori, if you don't know, Hinotori fan subs was literally a fan sub group. Oh my gosh. It was like a fan sub group. Oh, I'm sorry. I was making sure that was it. From like I was 18, 2008, right? And they used to be doing like the OG Kamen Rider Amazon. They did Tekkoki Mikazuki, right? Which is when we got Johnny Sacco as flying robot. They did the remake of the Johnny Sacco as flying robot, Tekkoki Mikazuki, created by Keita Mamiya, or the creator of Garo. And they put that out there. So Hinotori subs is like defunct, but you can find their stuff on, and I also recommend them. Again, the OG Grown Ups and Spandex, I put them up there. Mega Beast Empire, right, was another organization that was doing that. Midnight Crew subs, you know what I'm saying? Bunny Hat Raws and Bunny Hat subs as well, right? They put Bunny Hat on here? And Bunny Hat not even on here, right? So, like, see, that wiki itself doesn't even have some of the... You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Flashman, right? And Bunny Hat subs would then just use the Grown-Ups and Spandex and time it for us and put it out here in so we'd have people, right? Century Kings, Gal Soul Forever, Go Anandra, Grown Ups and Spandex, Hikari Senshi, Kit subs. Oh my God, Kit was so important to us too. Toku Raw Revolution, Superhero Time, you know what I'm saying? Shinken Anon. All of these people, right? B Fighter Kabuto, and some of this stuff we had thought were like dead media even, right? That they went above and beyond to find and to archive, to do all this work, extensive work of laying out things that people were like, I may never see this again, right? I may not ever have the money, I may not be with the people or in a scenario to ever really appreciate or truly enjoy this stuff again. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I think it's important for us to realize that, you know what I mean? And I really offer to everybody, as you are out there enjoying all your media, right? Like, shoot, we'll be sitting here looking at Nintendo freaking Switch 2s because you just got the wrong plug in that, right? Don't forget that your community loves you first, right? Because your community checks the mirror, looks like you, right? People and gamers just like you, Tokusatsu fans just like you, who want a piece of that opportunity, a piece of the chance to engage with and participate in the medium that brings them so much joy, right? So, like, all these groups, I give a welcome applause to, right? Because if it weren't for them, the demand would not be so persistent and present, right? And the demand that then is being stated would not be what? Fulfilled, right? Because again, if it weren't for this persistence and effort, do you see what I'm saying? Where would we all be, right? We wouldn't definitely be here with all of this Toei Hero World on YouTube, right? Do you see what I'm saying? So what I'm offering to each and every one of y'all is when I bring up this slide here, support it, please. Pick up SH Figure Arts from your local comic book shop, right? Visit this. Enjoy a watch party, right? But then remember that your contributions to organizations like me, events like that, band subgroups, like where you otherwise download and keep the persistence of the demand vocal and consistent. Do you see what I'm saying? I think this is gonna make and improve Tokusatsu forever, right? It's been the formula the whole time, right? Like, again, I literally say support locals, fan subs, and official releases. I say support, right? When you want your Zords, you want your Mecha. When you want your thought-provoking Blue Bustamante, one of my favorite personal deep-cut Tokusatsu films that's like a film of a film, right? They're filming what it's like to be filmed a Tokusatsu series, right? Again, I have one of my favorite Tokusatsu films that is literally North Korean propaganda. Mogasari was literally filmed and created by what? Kidnapping the people who made Godzilla in the late 1970s, early 1980s, and making them, essentially state and gunpoint, create this folklore story as kaiju about this bull kaiju, right? That radically revolutionized against the power elite and converted all the weaponry, right? They ate the weapons, right? To save the people. Pogasari. And those people then got Argo. Those people were then saved by the American government because they're like, oh, these people gotta go to an award show, and then they got re-kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, how will we even know about these stories? How will we know about this stuff if it weren't for the fandom and the community keeping these things, keeping the prosperity and the clarity of the continuity of all of it together? You know what I'm saying? So I'm really about that. I'm really about community. So when I say join the Patreon, you join my Patreon, you can go to Word Without Fear. Ernie, Boy Without Fear, one of the homies. I mod in the chats. I'm in the Discord. You know what I'm saying? It is a wonderful community there. Support there. There are plenty of Henshin heroes that I talk to there. We talk Tokusatsu all the time. Again, go to any of these fan subbing groups. I gave you like over 30 to 40. Some that have been around before the aughts, right? And some that still remain to this day, keeping that eye open on the wonderful and myriad world of Tokusatsu content out there. From not just Toei and Tsuburaya or even Toho, right? But like, we got series like Captorion, you know what I'm saying? We got the Grand Caesars and Caesar X series, right? There are going to be so many people and so many Grubs Grand X series for the last 70 plus years that I promise you there's so many things you probably slept on that, again, just never showed up here. But if it weren't for these persistent fansubbers and fandom, we wouldn't have it, right? So I said the attend the free stream. I maybe should change that, right? Hello, moshi moshi. I maybe should change that, right? Because I think the most important thing is to support where you can, what you can. Go, if you see at a convention a dude who got that Kamen Rider Ryuki figure, you go ahead and pick that up and you talk to him and y'all exchange, right? You go to a local comic shop, you go to any place and every place that's talking grown-up spandex, and you link, right? You link. Because it's because of this community, it's because of this presence and persistent presence, right, that any of this even exists, right? Any of these other official channels, I even exist, right? I was with Anime at the Alamo and all those cats for 7 years, and they were going on almost like 4 years before me with the Anime at the Alamo. To add on the Tokusatsu component, to be able to help fostering some of the otaku components here of San Antonio otaku culture, you know what I'm saying? It's really empowering. It's really powerful, right? For us to remember that it takes each individual one of y'all showing up, being present, being persistent, sharing in y'all experiences. Like, that's what we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, right? So I'm grateful for all the wonderful likes. I'm grateful to everybody who hung out with me, both in my early pre-stream and allowing me the time to more or less improv on this one a little bit more. But I promise you, that's what we're going to do next time. Next time, I will come in with an early game pre-stream to just make sure the levels are correct, that we're not like and freaking out with the command center controls early, right? And that both my TikTok and YouTube streams are in check, right? I know y'all can hear me here because I can see the bars bouncing, right? But if, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason something else is happening, I should be able to come and like, and fix that real quick, right? So you'll catch me now. I'll be doing the Texas Toku team at 7 Central, but 1800, right? 6 p.m., right? You know, it's going to catch me getting the news together. You probably gonna catch me streaming. I'll probably be doing my dailies with Yu-Gi-Oh! I may do something else. So I was whispering about a game. So if you can go see my shorts that, like, a boy know how to skateboard. So put that and a video game together and talk about the thing I almost ruined for myself last week. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's fire. There's a new control scheme, and that control scheme is something I really want to talk about for other skaters out there who be out there skateboarding. That's wild. And as soon as more of me in this playtest, which I think I am allowed to tell you, go to EA right now. Go to EA website right now and sign up for the EA play test. They have an entire matter of fact, no, I'm gonna do y'all one better, because I am allowed to also say this, right? Just go ahead and sign up for this bang bad boy here, and you may end up showing up where I'm doing what we doing, right? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Y'all like skateboarding? Go ahead and sign up for that EA Games Skate Insider playtest, right? And I'll get you caught up with some of the good heat that's going on right now in game development for people who happen to skateboard. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So while I'm not able to stream that, I will stream Yu-Gi-Oh! And my claw back up to platinum to lose it all again. We can just do that on the regular day to make sure we're set up there. And yeah, I need y'all, right? Community first, right? The Megazord is assembled by parts, by talented and individual engineers such as yourself, right? The Texas Toku team is a unique assembly of not just me, but y'all, right? And I want you all to know that. Like, whenever y'all show up here, whatever we can do, we're going to do it together, right? And I want this to be our show. I know I keep saying that. It sounds very vacant or whatever, but I've had homies just show up and chat, and we'll pivot and adjust, right? And I want more of this opportunity to spend time and develop true resilience and community with y'all, right? Because in my times of most vociferous despair, y'all, there's been community that saved me. There's an anime at the Alamo that saved me, right? It was the skate community that saved me, right? It's my mutual aid group that I work with here in San Antonio that saved me, right? So I'm talking to y'all today about the persistence of fan subgroups, because they are one avenue of how community in tokusatsu from East in Japan has made it all the way to West here in America, right? And whether it be America, France, Brazil, Canada, like, you know what I'm saying, Malaysia, like, you know what I'm saying, anywhere else that any other person has been thirsty for Henshin justice, Henshin hero work, right? We've made it happen. We have made it happen, where other people have not had the logistics or had the corporate interest or will to follow through, right? So I want y'all in these very trying times to find each other, right? Find each other. Find what it is you have lost and find a way to build it back, to regain it, to reclaim it, and to place hope in it together. You know what I mean? That's why I'm here. That's why we're here every Tuesday. So, just like I was with Anime at the Alamo every Tuesday, Button Seat, you can come and hang out with us here, play some Beyblade at Rick Otaku Cafe over here in Bandera, Leon Valley, Texas. You know what I'm saying? You can always join up with me. You can catch me online. Here it is, where it is. I'm here in the San Antonio community skateboarding all the time. So y'all want free lessons? Lessons are always on. I'm teaching my kids in Network Plus. So if y'all want to get y'all Network Plus on, let me know too. But I am a man of community, right? I really do enjoy people, right? So if we get a chance, please, let's wrap it up. Let's make it happen, right? But interim fam, I appreciate each and every one of you Henshin Heroes. Let's make our lives and this show the show and life we wish to receive and maintain, right? So until later, Henshin Heroes, I will catch you next Tuesday. Same Henshin Hero time, same Henshin Hero place. Deuces.